Hey guys, Slinish Devote here, voiceovering a game I played against Killazit, who's using Illuminor Szeras. I'm using my Rainbow Nahumekh deck. Szeras obviously gains resources from healing Necrons. You should be familiar with him, you've seen him around. And we're looking at the planet lineup. We've got green by planet 4 there, and a lot of green on the array. Red by 5, not quite a win condition for blue. So green's looking pretty potent. I've got a Harbinger of the Storm, which is really, really good to start with, and I've got two factions there, which means I can use those, and then I've got a Rogue Trader and a Void Pirate, so all in all, some really good options. I'm really keen on this. So I say I'm keeping Killazit Mulliganed. I'm going to start with my Space Marines, apparently. I want to save my two Command Hammer units till later, I think. And I am the first player, so I am going to need to actually deploy something. Here we go. Okay. So, first off, Tactical Squad Cardenas, 2 cost, 1 command, 1 attack, 3 hit points, area effect 1. Simple little, later in the game, nice Space Marine unit to have. 2 cost for 1 command hammer is really not great, but they're solid and they can be useful later in the game with that area effect. I'm happy with the Tactical Squad as one of my Nahumekh units. It's pretty reasonable. Killazit realizing he hadn't chosen an enslaved faction yet, so we'll get that sorted. Tower Conquerors, he's got the Carnivore Pack. He's a big fan of the Carnivore Pack. I see he uses them all the time. They're a 3 cost, no command, 3 attack, 3 hit point, but when they die, you get your 3 resources back. I threw out the Harbinger of the Storm and changed to Chaos. 2 cost for the Harbinger, 1 command, 2 attack, 2 hit points. After you deploy, you may change your enslavement dial. One of the Black Crusade cards. It's a really good one, I really like it. It throws a Decaying Warrior Squad onto Planet 1, 2 cost, 2 attack, 2 hit points. You can deploy it from your discard pile. And we should be worried at that point. Just that alone is now worrying. Put out Chaos Fanatics down the line, 2 cost, 2 hammers, 1, 2. Nothing else, they're just a nice command unit, but I've got 2 factions now, so I can, with my Nahumekh Warlord ability, I can reduce a army unit at the same planet as my Warlord by 2 hit points at the beginning of the combat phase, just automatically, potentially just killing things, which is really, really nice. So I put out the Void Pirate, and then I set my Warlord to, I'm assuming Planet 1, because he's got no command on Planet 1, nothing with a command icon. No, I went to Planet 4 because I wanted to guarantee myself some cards. That will be why I chose that. I decided he's not getting command from Planet 1, so he's only getting wherever his Warlord goes, and I would like to guarantee myself some cards from Planet 4. But he stops me at Planet 5, which is fine, really. It's not the end of the world. If I'd have gone to Planet 1, I would have gotten a little bit more, but he potentially would have, well, he would have stopped me on one of them. So there we go, 4 cards and 2 resources for me, which is really solid. I really like that. Picked up a couple of useful cards. I didn't get a new faction, which is really frustrating. I got a faction that I already have. Alright, so Aatrox Prime is his. And he's going to hit the Harbinger of the Storm, which I put close to the front of the line. I didn't want to put it on the first planet and have it completely be useless, but I'm quite keen to let it be involved in a battle and potentially die pretty early on, because I want to be able to deploy another one later if I get the chance. Okay. I forced him to discard something, I believe. Then he attacks the Fanatics, which I shield with hate, and try and cause some damage to Illuminor Szeras. Now, obviously, too late, I realise that that's not good, because he potentially is going to be triggering Iridial or various other healing effects and getting money for it, and I really don't want that. But he was also able to trigger Taurus, so there we go. Turn up Karnath as Planet 3. I've got a couple of Doomsday Arcs waiting to get involved. He's got another Carnivore Pack going to Planet 1. I want to put a Sautek complex out, but I don't have any new factions. So I change it back to Space Marines, because I may as well put out the Space Marines, but it is a pain. I was hoping for a second that the Carnivore pack would be an ally, because then I could drive it away with my siege force, my Imperial siege force there. I'm thinking about using Hate to get rid of some of his units. But in the end, I want to put the Sautek out now because it's a limited card. I don't want it to be conflicting with anything else. If I get another Sautek complex down the line, I want to be able to put that out straight away. And he puts out the World Engine Beam, a 2-cost APOCA fan card with its own trait called World Engine. As a combat action, deal any amount of indirect damage that cannot be reduced or prevented to a unit you control. To place or remove that many resource icons onto the support, each player can use it once per phase. As an interrupt, when the support has 8 resources on it, sacrifice it to destroy a unique army unit or attachment. So basically he can damage himself to build up this timing mechanism, this time bomb, and I can damage myself to reduce the time bomb being able to go off. And it destroys a unique attachment or a unique unit. There's not a lot of, it doesn't do a lot of damage, to be honest, really, but it's a mechanism for him to cause damage to himself, and potentially, if I have got a unique unit or a unique attachment, I probably want them to stay alive. So he puts a promotion on the Harbinger of the Storm. I spread out a couple more units down the line. Sorry, he doesn't put a promotion on the Harbinger of the Storm, he puts it on a Carnivore squad, so he can over-command and beat the Harbinger of the Storm. So I've got a few bits and pieces out there. I'm not liking my position. He's coming along really quickly. He's got 1 blue, and he's going to probably get himself another. So I'm not thrilled. So I go down the line to Karnath, and I'm going to leave my Chaos Fanatics there, which is good. Get some command further down. He's going to be able to take out 1 Space Marine, or I might be able to make it run away. And then I still have another Space Marine, which is really important. I've drawn Obedience, which can be really good. It allows me to move around some of my non-Necrons, but see where we go. Swings with 3, just like that, kills the Harbinger of the Storm, really easy. This is Iridial. Is it? I believe it's Iridial. So he can heal his Warlord, but I'm not sure if that causes him to get resources or if it has to be an army unit. So as an action before Iridial, he adds a damage to the Decaying Warrior, and adds a resource to the beam, which I found a little bit confusing, I've got to admit, but that's fine. Have I got an action? I do not. So after that he wins the planet, and he heals the Decaying Warrior squad. Basically he's just trying to get some damage going, I think. Right, so here we are on Barlas. Szeras runs away, he doesn't want to be involved in any of this nonsense, so I might as well ping the other 2 things at the planet, which I do. Then we're ready, and do I decide I want to stay, or do I decide I want to get out of there? I can potentially kill the Decaying Warrior squad and really hurt the Carnivore squad. Don't think I can kill it. Don't have enough shields, really, do I? I decide I'm staying, I'm sticking around. So I use my Hatred as a shield, which just sounds badass. So there we go, 2 damage, and here we go. Kill that Decaying Warrior squad, ha 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 ha, and kill the Carnivore pack. I can't kill the Carnivore pack, that would be ridiculous for me to even try, to be honest. There we go, I run away, I need to conserve my factions. I haven't got anything out of my Warlord ability yet, which is a bit of a drag. Alright, random discard, I lose my Shard, and that's the only copy of Shard in this deck, and I really like being able to pull it out towards the end, as we get to the end of the game. So that's a shame to lose the Shard. Okay, so now he's played Recycle. He's thrown a Vivisection and a Decaying Warrior squad out. He's throwing them into his discard. Drawn himself 3 new cards. And Decaying Warrior squad jumps back into battle down at Karnath with facing off against me. I'm not too keen on this at all. I'm not happy. He's got no actions. I want to kill that thing if I can. And he shields it with the Dynastic Weaponry. And he hits me. He doesn't hit my Chaos Fanatics, which, to be honest, I was worried about the Chaos Fanatics. So that's all done. Done. I'm happy to stay, I'm imagining. Yep, we're going to stay. I'm going to kill that Decaying Warrior squad. I'm going to kill it. There we go. Ha ha ha. I can kill you. And he shields it with Mechanical Enhancement. Alright. Well, that's going to suck. So, I'm already exhausted. Thinking. There's not many options for me, really, I don't think. He swings. I'm going to have to take 2 damage. I've got no shields. Dunk dunk. Alright, the Fanatics take a chance. Hooray, we caused a ping of damage. Hurrah. But he has another Decaying Warrior squad in his discard, and they have Dynastic Weaponry, so he can pull them back out. +1 attack for the Dynastic Weaponry. After a unit enters play from your discard pile, put this card into play from your discard pile attached to the unit if eligible. Can only be attached to Necron army units. So it just jumps out of the discard pile for free if you've got it there. And that bloodies Nahumekh on the second turn. Oh dear. Alright, but they're trapped down on planet 5. So he's gonna have some trouble now. I had to retreat. He's retreating both of them, is he? No? Yes, one. He's retreating one of them, leaving the other one there. Using Karnath to trigger Osis, so he steals one of my resources. And that's the wrap of turn 2. Alright. Looking into turn 3. I've got another Sautek, that's really good. And I've got 2 more factions, but I can only do 1 at a time. So I have to decide which faction I want to use first. I'm going to use the Astra Militarum first. And I put it out because I'm really dumb. And I should have put out my other Sautek complex first. Then, yeah, look, see, yeah, I realised, because I'm really dumb. If I'd have done the Sautek complex first, I would have drawn 2 cards, and I would have seen what my other card was. So he threw an Earthcast Technician next. He's just sitting happily on his tower. They're a really good ally faction for Conquest. They've just got some really useful cards: Ambush Platform, Earthcast Technician, Vasha Trailblazer, Ion Rifle, just some really useful cards. With the Earthcast Technician, he's able to pull himself a promotion, which is nice. And I throw Doomsday Ark onto the first planet. I only have 3 factions, which isn't terrible, so it's Area Effect 3 at the moment. But it's not ideal, it's not something truly scary. Another Earthcast, just backing up his attempts to squash my commands. And he pulls another Dynastic Weaponry, which is worrying. They're nasty little things. And I decide to throw Obedience onto the table. Now, Obedience is quite helpful. As a reaction after a phase begins, so it could be deployment phase, command phase, combat phase, or headquarters phase, I can use Obedience to move a unit somewhere more useful. And he puts a Carnivore Pack onto Planet 1. They're a great Planet 1 bully, because you either let him win, or you have to kill him, in which case it's free. You know, he may as well put them on Planet 1 to die, because, I mean, what does it really hurt? So I use Obedience to pull the Imperial Guard over opposite the Decaying Warrior Squad, because they have no command, so I actually will win that command, which I thought was reasonable. So I'm going to Planet 2, and realizing that I will absolutely need to run away, because I'm bloodied, and he's got a decent chance of hitting me quite hard. So I go to Planet 3, he goes to I go to Planet 2, sorry, he goes to Planet 3. Which is all looking pretty hunky-dory. I win that, and that, and that, and I get a bonus on Planet 1, which is very nice. And he just wins the 2 planets, so ha 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 ha, I'm very clever. And there I've got another Harbinger of the Storm, that's really good. I've got a Vashia Trailblazer and a Shooter Mob, both of which are fine, and a Sartec Complex, so I can draw more. So I'm really pleased about that. That's got some good possibilities so far. He's got a green and 2 blue already out of the first 2 planets, and I have nothing. Nothing at all. But he doesn't have another blue until Planet 4, so there's plenty of room for me to get in on this game now. I killed the Carnivore Pack, which I don't like, but I have to, and that does mean that I win the planet. So I steal a resource. Perfect. Wonderful. Okay, and then on to Barlas. I have nothing to do on Barlas. And I figure, you know what, I will swing, and then I will retreat, and that will do me just fine. So he shields with Vivisection, shields 1 damage, which is alright. He takes swing back at me, and I'm like, yeah, that's alright, I can deal with that. And then uses the World Engine Beam to deal 2 damage to that Decaying Warrior Squad, to add 2 resources to his World Engine Beam, which means the Decaying Warrior Squad is destroyed, and the Dynastic Weaponry is discarded because the unit it was attached to is destroyed. Now he can deploy them from the discard pile for a cost of 2, which he has, and the Dynastic Weaponry automatically attaches to the unit that's been deployed from the discard pile, and he can deploy them to Planet 1, Planet 2, where my Nahumekh is, and swing for 3, and I have no shields, and I die. And so there you go. Not much justice. So Szeras has become a real threat, it seems to me. Let me know what you think is the best way to deal with that Decaying Warrior Squad, World Engine, Dynastic Weaponry sort of combination, because it's really nasty. Alright, hope you got something out of that. Catch you next time.